Hello and welcome to day three of Launch Your Profitable Coaching Business. Now, this isn't just for coaches. If you are a service provider, a consultant, maybe you're even a lawyer or something along that lines, you're providing a service. This training is for you. So, in day one, we covered your business model. In day two, we talked about how to get visible, how to get yourself an audience, and how to make sure that you're choosing a profitable audience as well. Now, in day three, we're talking about sales because that seems to be the area where a lot of people struggle. And I'm going to be honest with you up front. Like, there is a sales funnel that is involved, how marketing affects your sales. We're going to talk about that today. We talk a lot about marketing, and there's a big misconception within marketing that marketing is just making branding and posting on social media. Marketing is so much more than that. It is a very large umbrella, and sales are actually, a sister. It's in alignment, and it needs to be in alignment with your marketing, but it is a separate component. Now, we have seen that shifting more and more as the digital world has come more and more into the scene. But we're going to talk about what sales looks like in the DMs, what's the sales processes look like. We're going to talk about retention tactics as well. So we're talking about that sales funnel, why you need a community and how that fits into your sales process, where marketing fits into your sales process. And of course, we always have to touch on mindset and clarity because that is a huge component of sales, right? So, welcome. Hi, I'm Izzy. If we haven't met yet, maybe this is your first time seeing a video by me. I do have an MBA in marketing and business strategy. And then I have been a business owner since 2013. And I actually started within yoga and fitness, and then it moved into hypnotherapy. And I've overall always been in learning and development. I've always been creating programs, delivering trainings. And so it only made sense that as I transitioned into business, to bring trainings to you. So I love teaching. That is one of my passions. I love talking about the mindset, but I'm not going to only talk about mindset because one of my things that I really think I do it pretty well is taking these complex strategies and ways of doing things and really trying to break it down into something that's a little bit easier to understand. I started first doing that within fitness and sports medicine and how the body works, because that can be a little complicated too. And as I transitioned into business, I break it down so that I could understand it, so that it made sense to me. And I really love to then explain it to you. So that's some of what I do. I've also am the creator of the Get Visible method, and with that, it's talking about how to not just post on social media, not just show up, but really how to get visible, how to become an industry expert, how to be seen, how to position yourself as you're being seen, because that was one of the problems I really ran into. It was, okay, I'm making posts, but are people seeing it? Am I building a following? And not only can you build a following, but position that following for sales, because you can see there's lots of people that have lots of followers and they're just doing it to just make money off of the social media platforms, which that's fine if that is your intent. But if your intent is to sell products or to sell something, or maybe just sell your services, we have to do things just a slight bit different. So we dive into a lot more of that and how to utilize social media and all of that in the Get Visible method. But today in day three, we're talking about scaling our client acquisition. So maybe you're like, hey, I don't have anything to scale because I just haven't done it yet. That's okay. Maybe you've gotten a few clients, but there really wasn't a strategy behind it. It kind of just felt like it just happened, which is beautiful. But if we're going to run a profitable business, I forget which side I'm on this mirror. If you're going to run a profitable business, then we have to have systems in place so that we can repeat the actions. Now, why? Why can't I just go with the flow and just let referrals happen? Well, there's a strategy to make referrals happen. There's a strategy for that. Why can't I just, just let it happen organically? Well, because emotions within being a business owner and within a business, if we leave our business up to the fluctuating emotions and seasons and say like, "Oh, well, I'm sick for 3 weeks and I didn't have any strategies put in place. So, I don't have any new clients coming in." And you're like, "Oh, that's fine. It's no big deal." Right? Like, I'll just get more clients when I can get more clients. Is that the strategy that we want? So, if you like going with the flow and you're just like, "I like going with the flow and I wanna stay there," type in "flow" in the chat. And if you would like to have a hybrid of going with the flow and having an actual system that you can start to implement, then I want you to type "hybrid" or you can put in a H. So F for flow, if you're like, I don't really want to learn any systems. I just want to be in the flow more and I just want this to just naturally happen. Type an F or a flow. If you want a hybrid of flow and having some systems in place, then type in H or hybrid. If you want systems only, you're like, hey, I just want evergreen. I don't really want to touch much in my business. I want my business to just function pretty much on its own. Then I want you to type in an E or evergreen. E or evergreen. Because, and I say this, and I really want to highlight each one of these because each one of these in how you approach client acquisition and sales is going to be slightly different. Can we all understand that and agree with that? Yes? Type a yes in the chat. If we can understand that there are three distinct ways, there's always going to be a hybrid version. And that how we approach each one of these is going to be different. Then type a yes. Okay, because that is really the foundation of the talk today. Because if we are doing what we call organic, and these two larger buckets, or the organic, where everything is done manually to a certain extent, and then there is the evergreen, where everything is set up to automate. Now, I am in the belief that, of course, a blend of both organic and evergreen is the best way to do things, especially in order to create the relationships, which is something that I really, really teach because I find that most of the people I work with are passion driven, heart centered, soul led entrepreneurs or business owners, that we are in it because we want to make a difference. And I will tell you, with Evergreen, you can make a difference because your program, your services will make a difference. But most of us love talking to the clients and the customers. And that is actually where I tend to have to caution people because they want to be pouring their heart and soul into their clients and their customers and their potential people so much that they never leave time to create the funnels. As we've talked about in the past 2 days, like we're just constantly creating because most of us, most of you, most of us, because I'm in that bucket too, are in this like we are creators. We are inspired. We might be getting downloads. We might be hearing people's complaints and we just feel really driven to make this difference and to cater to people. And yeah, we're not going to go into pricing and positioning today. That is something that I definitely do. All of my clients, if they really need it, if their product is not packaged up and positioned to scale, and the positioning of their product, then I really recommend that everyone goes through my Package Up Your Offer course first so that we can package all of that up. And if you want to know more about that and packaging and positioning and pricing, you can type all of those words in the comments, or maybe one that's really particular for you. As you all let me know what you need more of, I can get you some mini micro trainings on those. I am in the huge belief that try before you buy. You should watch a video, make sure you like someone's teaching style. And then I was always in that spot in the past where I was like, can you give me a result? Because I want to work with you, but I need to make some more money first. That was where I always started. So I try to keep that in my mind for you all as well. Going, okay, I'm going to try to implement something that she's teaching me. So always let me know if you need something, need more of something. All right, back on topic. So when we start to implement a sales funnel, we can start to refine our processes. And you'll see here, I have on my board these different symbols, and you'll see my logo here as well, where it is a combination of all of these symbols. And that logo is very intentional in how we pull this together and how I function and how I want my business to function as well. So we have the triangle for our sales funnel, right? That makes sense. That's pretty understandable. And then I have the circle more for this community aspect, more of the feminine aspects of our business. And I explained feminine does not have any sexual orientation. It's just more of this softness within our energy and how we approach things, this more nurturing. So we talk about sacred time management, our mindset, and all of that really goes into um, the overall portion of this side of the company. And creating community is one of those aspects. Retention tactics, when we get into more of the structure of our business, that's where our square comes in mind. And for the I, or for that pillar, we really talk about not so much mindset, but more of this mission that you're on. And that is mindset. And of course, it's holistic. That's why it's all combined together. So a lot of these will have some overlaps in how they fuel each other as well. So this is what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to kind of ping pong back and forth between these today so that you can see this interrelatedness as well. So when we talk about our sales funnel, we should have, and of course, when you're new to this, you're going to be testing the waters a little. But when you're finding out where is your best places that you can get clients repeatedly. Repeatedly. So let me tell you one way that I do this. I have some paid subscriptions into some membership groups. And within these memberships groups, I can position myself as someone that's involved. And as I'm involved in that group, and I'm not just going in there and dropping my sales pitch, but I am in there and I am building myself as a member of that community, and I get to know what the conversation is and what that, the politics are. When we're in the corporate world, that's what we call it. But really, like, how it functions and what is that vibe of that tribe. And then it lets me know what is a great thing for me to post. Now, granted, I can do some market research and utilize the people in that group to see what I need to utilize for them. I'm going to explain. I can then drop something in there like, hey, who would like my free resource on creating more engagement on Facebook? Or who would like to get more engagement on Facebook? And I can make this simple post. And as I make that post, I'm expecting people to say me, 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 me. And if people are saying me, then I know that that is the right audience for what I'm creating. And yes, I can teach you how to get more engagement on Facebook. And so as we are there, then I can start to message those people. And I typically, how I do that, this is the organic approach, is I will say, great, sending you a DM with more information. Then I will send them a DM, and I prefer to ask them a question first. And I will start with, "Hey, you commented that you wanted more engagement on Facebook. Tell me how your experience is going with that. What type of engagement are you wanting to get?" I can get some more information from them, and then I have a funnel built out. So this is more of the evergreen spot where I have a funnel built out. And if you all want this if you want this resource, just type engagement in the chat and I'll get it to you too. Um, and then I have a funnel built out that says, enter your email and get the free resource of how to increase your engagement. They put their email in, it will email it directly to their inbox. And then a thank you screen will pop up. And if this one's fully built out, this is what this will say. It'll be like, thanks, your resources in your email. But before you go, join the Facebook group because there's a lot more resources in there. Why you need to join the Facebook group. And then I might even invite them onto a call or have a video for them to watch about something really specific as well. And so this is where you guide them through a funnel. I am helping navigate where I would like them to go. And my social media links are on there and everything too. Now there's different ways to do that. Some of them will say text the word, engagement in the Facebook Messenger. There's a link that pops up Messenger, and then it'll have a chat bot that goes. So there's all different kind of ways that you can do this based on what experience you are wanting to create for your audience. And that is where the key is. When we create community and when we create our sales, we have to be the vision holder as the CEO, as the founder of the business. We are creating the vibe that we want people to experience. And this is something that I see a lot of people leave out is this user experience. And it's a whole certification in itself. It's a whole, discipline in designing user experience. And don't worry, your user experience will continue to be refined, which is part of our square, our structure, and these retention tactics. Now, retention tactics is more of this, it's more of this masculine word to use, but really it's how are we going to use marketing to continue to support the people that are already within our ecosystem. And that's where the community aspect comes in. It's this softer approach. Now, these two can be one and the same, meaning we're going to provide this supporting community that we can continue to hold space for these people. Now, the retention tactic might be once a month, I am going to host a challenge or a training. I typically like to host a webinar every month, and then every 6 to 8 weeks, run some type of training where it's a little bit longer. Right? We had the 7-day social media challenge. That's my challenge that I run. And then I normally have a 3-day training like this one that we interweave as well. And so these are part of my retention tactics because I want to collect your emails for one, and I probably already have your email, and that's okay. But that lets me know from the back end to go, okay, this person has signed up for multiple of my trainings. Have I had a conversation with them? And this is super important. And this is where I think the sleazy sales miss out because this should be a relationship. So that gives me the opportunity, it's an opportunity to reach out to that person and say, I've noticed you've been in my last 2 trainings. How are you enjoying them? It's an opportunity for me to get feedback. What have you learned most? What's benefiting you? What areas can I continue to support you? And this is where servant selling comes in. My intention is not sales first. My intention is being a servant and providing service. And so as I come at it that approach, it's a beautiful thing because they will tell me what they are needing. And when they tell me, I can either, my mindset can go, oh, okay. And I can back off. or my mindset can be to lean in. Neither one of those are good or bad, depending on the scenario. Everything is relative. So if they say, well, I really need clarity on my offer, I just don't seem to have that packaged up really well based on what you were saying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, then we really need to get you in the package up your offer program. That's not me trying to sell them on my program. It's me saying, I know that my program will help you. And it is not fair if I just give away free information. It's not fair to anyone. And to get them into that container, that space where I can really hold and support them and have that going for them. And then if they're like, "Yeah, I just don't have the money right now," then we can work through that. Because if you are just stuck on sales, you're gonna be like, "Okay, next." But that person is in your community. They are building trust with you. You have the capacity to hold space for them and help them. We could say, "What is in your budget? Let's do some type of payment plan. Maybe we can do a steer stack, or we can send you an invoice and you can make payments as we go." We can hold space for that person. We can offer, "Okay, well, here's the course. Here's all the recordings from the last person. What if we just discount that for you for $100? And then once you get that built out and you're ready, we can put you into the group program." Now, that's a possibility, but if you know that person and know they're not gonna watch those videos, they're just gonna spend $97 and they're not gonna really do anything, then that's not in their best benefit either. So we have to come from a space of serving, of going, what is gonna get them a result? What is gonna get them a result that I can help them with? And we provide an energy exchange, and I very much caution you on this, like an energy exchange. If you are gonna charge $97 for something, that needs to be something that you can put together in an hour or less. If you are charging 2 to 3,000, then that needs to be that amount of energy that you're putting in it as well. And sometimes it's energy that we've already invested into it. For example, I have spent a good 30 to 40,000 on my MBA. I have spent another 30 to 40,000 on additional trainings and coaching. I have spent the amount of hours that I have poured into this. Not only that, but the amount of hours and experience from having my own business will accelerate your process. And we pay more for something that we can get done in less time. So every month that you are going on without making money in your business is opportunity lost. If you have not been making $5 to $10,000 in your business each month, then every month you are losing out on money that's potentially on the table because you haven't sat down and either done the work, or your energy has been too dispersed, or you're sitting there trying to learn everything and trying to figure it out yourself. You will go faster and farther together, right? I think we can all agree with that. And this is something for you to say to your clients, not just for me to say something to you. So we look at that sales funnel and I'm saying, like, here's this organic portion that I would do with messages. Here's this evergreen portion that I would have set up to support me. So it's almost like having an assistant, right? Like, you're going to put your email in, it's going to put you into my email list. And when we implement my training, the Million Maker Business Blueprint, if we want to scale to 1,000,000, then each and everything that we are doing should be able to go onto that same intro email sequence, meaning it's the same target audience that will enjoy all of your content. You might have clients that are at different stages, but everything that you're making would support this one client base. That's why so many of these coaches are going niche, niche, niche. Zero in, focus on one. That is the $1,000,000 blueprint, the Million Maker Business Blueprint. But we are doing it because it's consolidating our efforts. It's making the most of everything that we are doing on the back end, not just what a lot of these coaches are teaching of like, it's just for your messaging. No, it is far more for your back end, your operations, and your ability to scale. Yes, the message needs to be clear, sure, but that's not the one and only reason why we would want to choose one target profitable audience. You, as a solopreneur, most likely, you might have one virtual assistant. Yeah, one of the things that you will get if you sign up for the program is the 10 steps to 10K. And we're implementing more now, based on strategies learned, is to build your team earlier on, again, so that you can get everything in place and scale quickly. And how we do that, so that training is getting ready to launch, and that'll be something that all of you all get and that we'll start with the 10 steps to 10K. Then, if you haven't yet, which I would guarantee that most of you all don't have all of this done, because most people I talk to don't, not the way that I do it, is having a PDF with your offer and all the things that speak to that person, the value of it, what's included. It assists in your onboarding as well as a sales tool that helps keep you anchored, and it gives you a ton of clarity so that you know exactly what your sales funnel is going to be. You know exactly what community you need to create. You know exactly what tactics you need. And so we'll go into package up your offer first. That is an 8-week training. And then we dive into the get visible method, which I'll be telling you how to get visible while you're creating this, because you should be building your audience while you're creating your offer. So we'll talk about how to do audience build. And then we will go into a lot of the social media strategy and all of that as well. All right. So this is an idea, and I want you to have this overall view because, yes, you can work on these things yourself. You can work on your sales funnel. You can work on creating a community, and your community is if you had a boutique and you're inviting people into your store. Now, just because people come into your store does not mean they're going to buy anything. Maybe they're coming in for a party or an open house, your launch, or maybe they're coming in just to browse. Your community is like your boutique that you're going to be holding. All right. Your retention tactics, these are going to vary based on your business, but really this is how are you touching points with people? How are you following up with people? How are you documenting? How are you putting a lot more of those masculine business strategies, qualities, data, all of that into your business? Because that is a necessity. You're a business, not a hobby. And then looking at your mindset and your clarity on what is the bigger purpose of your business? What is the vibe that you want to hold? What is the experience that you want your clients to have as they come in and move through? And developing that out as a whole is what we get when you work with Izzy Nally Consulting, or in consulting, IN. And talking about some of that process, if you feel like you need more of this, I am never going to pressure you in sales. I hope that you've gotten that vibe. I am here to truly help you in scaling your business. Maybe it's starting your business, maybe it's taking it to the next level. Maybe it's just getting a lot of the confusion out of the way. That's my business motto, is calm the chaos, make more money. When we calm the chaos, we get more clarity. We then can develop the consistency to build the confidence. Confidence does not come first and then we do all this stuff. We have to do the stuff to build the confidence. And I love talking about confidence. So we can build your confidence by establishing clarity. If you would like a clarity call, and I caution on using that because it's not a sales call, it is literally like, let's look at your social media, let's look at what you're offering, and let's see if that's super clear. And I will, honesty is my policy. I will tell you, like, I don't think this is clear enough. Here's a suggestion of what I think it could be. Or maybe you need to define this a little bit more. And then if you're wanting to join the program, I would love to have you in the program. Who wants to know how the program works? Does anyone want to know how the program works? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about how the program works. And of course, I'll probably add a little bit more teaching in because I can't help myself. So the program works is we have weekly meeting times for training. Those happen within Facebook groups as well. So I will broadcast them into the Facebook groups. That way you can catch the replay if you cannot catch it live. I also have office hours and I have additional resources, meaning we have added in sacred time management, which you can purchase separately or you can get with the program. I am always adding more resources. You have lifetime access to the trainings. We are in the process of testing out if we want to stay within our platform that we're in, or if we're going to be moving over into an app. Who wants an app? Does anybody would you like to have an app to do your learning from? We will also have, of course, we've got some on the Wix website. We have a Wix website, so it has where we can have the courses in there too. So we're going to be putting those over there, but we're debating on staying with this other platform that we have, Learn Worlds, which I love, but we need to consolidate efforts. Um, Yes. So, right, like if you love an app, I feel like apps are great because we all just have these phones all the time. So we're starting to play with okay, what's it gonna look like if we put it onto an app? What are some of those steps that you come through? So if you would like the 10 steps to 10K, type in 10K in the comments. That is going to be a bonus for all of those who get registered and get registered because of course we're going to have a Black Friday sale. Of course we're going to have a Black Friday sale. So if you do so we did the 10 steps to 10K. I'm gonna bring myself back so it all makes sense. 10 steps to 10K. Then we go into package up your offer, which you are also going to get for free. So you're getting free. The get visible method. The get visible method is normally right around that $2,000 price point alone. For Black Friday, you're going to get 10 steps to 10K. You're going to get package up your offer, which is another $2,000 value. And you're going to get the get visible method. These are, we're going to say a 4-month program adding on to that. So you're getting a 6-month program for $997. $997. That is the cheapest I will ever do this program, especially for all of that. Most of them that are getting all of this is at least $5,000. At least. And I've been adding in the office hours and I've added in the sacred time management. So if we added those into sacred time management's $200 a month, that's an ongoing subscription. So while you're in it, you'll get it for free. And then office hours, that's where you can come in, you can ask questions, you can talk. It's pretty much if you're the only one there, you get free one-on-one coaching along with it. So I really love when we can have a bunch of people join. The other thing, okay, question, payment plans. Yes, there is a payment plan. So if you would like to do a 6-month payment plan, we can definitely do that for you. So if you need that, whoever needs payment plans, just type in payments into the chat. And pay in full, of course, I love, but I understand too, for sure. We want to make that available. The $997 and how that works, that will be available through, let's just say Tuesday, because I know like Cyber Monday is happening too, right? So we'll make that available through Tuesday. We'll get you a special payment link for that. We will be starting on Tuesday with the 10 steps to 10K. So you can watch that live. You can catch the replays. When we do it live, we can ask questions and things like that too. But you can also have those office hours. The 10 steps to 10K will be a 2-week training. And then we'll be diving in to package up your offer. And then from package up your offer, we will be starting the Get Visible method. When are the trainings? Okay, so the trainings are Sacred Time Management is on Mondays, and this is all Eastern Standard Time. So when you hear these numbers, these times, 3 o'clock on Mondays and 12 o'clock on Fridays. That's the Sacred Time Management. The training times are in the evenings. And that's particularly because we have a lot of people that are still working their 9 to 5, or they're working with clients during the day. So we have those trainings in the evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, you can catch the replays, and then you can always jump into office hour times. Office hour times are typically, I think we've got those at 7 or 7:30 on Tuesday. And then we also have a 12 o'clock on one of the weekdays. I can't remember the weekday at the moment. And so you will get lots of love and attention. I always say, like, you can always message me questions and I will get right back to you as soon as I can within Messenger. We are looking at either having a Slack or a WhatsApp channel as well, so that we can have that in there. And sometimes that's helpful just because Messenger just gets bombarded. So we'll have those additional channels for you too. What other questions do you have? I love this. I love the questions. I am a hypnotherapist. So when we dive into mindset, we really do look at, hey, I notice this is coming up for you. Not to necessarily challenge you, but to challenge you, to go like, hey, I don't know if you noticed this. We do have the Millionaire Money Mindset workshop that we do as well. Oh, and then I totally forgot. So for whoever signs up too, we've got the 2024 content creation workshop this coming Saturday. So we're going to plan out your content pillars, what your 12 months for 2024 look like. So of course you can enter to win that. If you're like, I can't do this right now, you can enter to win that by being in the Facebook group and participating in all of this. But you would also get that for free as well. And if you can't attend, that's okay. You'll get the replay. And we'll always touch base within office hours and during our sessions as well. All right. So I am super excited. I hope you're as excited about this as I am. I love seeing people's businesses take form. If you would like to work one-on-one, I do have openings for that. And one-on-one can look a little different for each person. So I highly suggest, I don't know if you can see that. It says getvisiblechat.com. You can book that chat and we can look at what that would look like too. So, I've got one person that's like, okay, she needs me to do a little bit of things for her as well as a little bit of coaching. You get a total of 90 minutes each week. And so right now our pricing is at $1,200 a month. That's 90 minutes a week. That can be a combination of coaching or done for you services. So maybe you need help building out that sales funnel. I can quickly create your social media, make sure that you've got all your branding put together, social media templates, and put together your freebie resource based on some things that you've already got put together. We can put that into a landing page. I typically use HubSpot for people as they're getting started. Put that into HubSpot. So that they can start putting that out there and collecting emails. We do go over emailing. That's really part of the Million Maker Business Blueprint, but of course we cover that because we need to make sure that you are building your business as well. All right. Any additional questions? If you don't have them here, if you don't have them now, that's okay. You can always comment later. You can also send me a DM. You can send an email at support@izzynally.com. I would love to jump on a phone call with you though. So you can go to getvisiblechat.com. Again, that's a no pressure sales call. We're just getting to know each other to see if it's a good fit. I'm all about servant selling. So we're pitching if there's an opportunity there, but if there's not, then we don't. And I always ask, hey, do you want to know more about that? Or if you'd like to work together, here's some options. And that's pretty much it. So, uh, I hope that we can have a great 2024 together. I'm here to support you regardless. There will be more trainings, there will be more love. You can always be in my community. But this is the end of day 3 and your homework for today. Your homework for today is to thinking about what is the overall experience that you want your clients to have. You want them to find out about you and how do they get lit up? What words do they think about when they think of you? And then as they come into your ecosystem, is it a Facebook community? Where are they coming in? As they sign up, what is that feeling and what is that experience going to be as they sign up with you? As they sign up with you, what does that onboarding feel like? So when we really start to think about that full process, like, do you want them to feel held and supported? Do you want them to have this feeling of empowerment? Like, what are these feelings that you want them to have? And really thinking about that. And that might be hard sometimes to put into words, but we really have to first create the vision, create the feeling, and then sit on that so that we can start to form it into words. Knowing what it is that your clients want, what they crave. And again, is we start to think of like what we are forming and holding as a company, right? Like even businesses like Tide and Apple, like these huge companies, it's not for everyone, right? Like I don't use Tide. I know their brand. I know what they're about. I've got a sense of what their vibe is. Now I do love Apple and I love Apple products and I know why I like that. And so you're attracting your people. Don't think that we have to attract everyone. And within your ecosystem, you are going to have people who never purchase from you, but they are supporters. They love what you're doing. Maybe they even tell their friends about you. Those are okay. We love those people. You're going to have the people that are the silent watchers. You're going to have people that are following you for years, maybe 2 years before they finally buy. So we have to be in it for the long game. We're building a business. It's not just a hobby. So start treating your business like a business. And if you'd like to get visible, if you'd like to grow your business, if you'd like to feel like, "Ah, I'm going to be my own boss." If you'd like to be there too, I'm here to support you. So you can go to getvisiblechat.com and book a chat. You can email at support@izzynally.com, and that's with an EY. You can see my name over here, izzynally.com. And if you'd like to know more, you can always send me a DM or just leave a comment here in the chats. All right. Talk to you later.